it's your friendly neighborhood soup lady here, Caroline Wright. Today we're making one of my favorite soups. They always are, so I should stop saying that, I guess. But it's my chunky garden vegetable soup. This is one that reminds me of those like big blue cans at the market, at the grocery store, that when I was growing up were like said fancy soup in my house. So this was trying to channel that feeling of like the fanciest store-bought soup that you know to make for a really lovely and special night. So it's really chunky, like cans of soup, they promise. But it has a bunch of random vegetables in it, and I put my sort of spin on it to make it a little extra healthy and unexpected. So it's a classic soup. It starts just with some onion and celery, has a little bit of garlic in it, some bay, nutritional yeast, and turmeric going in the beginning too, just an olive oil base. And then to make it like extra hearty and nutritious, I've added some mung beans, which I've soaked overnight. You don't always have to with mung beans, but this recipe does just because of the other veggies to match sort of the cooking times. It takes a can of crushed tomatoes. We've got a white sweet potato, but a regular one would be fine if that's how you roll. And at the end, and we've got some green beans that we cut up and carrots that are nice and chunky the way I like it. And then yellow squash or a zucchini if you prefer. Go in with some frozen peas at the very end. And then we finish with just like salt, pepper, and cider vinegar. Let's get started. All right, so to start here, I've got a hot pan. I'm adding some olive oil. Just a classic sweating of our chopped onion. And our chunky, I've cut them more chunky than usual, are 2 stalks of celery. And I'm just gonna season this with salt and pepper. And actually turn down the heat and sweat this onion with our chopped garlic. These all going right now. And you just keep an eye on it and cook it until it's nice and tender. It's gonna take a few minutes. All right, so this is looking really good. The onion's tender, nice and soft. So now what we're gonna do is just add our nutritional yeast, our turmeric, which is just mostly for fun. Doesn't really add that much other than some nutrition. And our fresh bay leaf, though dry would work too. And then the rest of the ingredients. We've got our soaked mung beans, our fresh green beans, our chunky carrots, a can of tomatoes, a large can of crushed tomatoes, and then we're gonna just add our water. Nice. Then we just season it with some salt. I'm just gonna cover this now, bring it to a boil, and then I'll simmer it uncovered, kind of stirring occasionally, just checking up on it until those mung beans are tender, and everything else will be tender by then. And then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. So this has been simmering for about 25 minutes. You can see that everything, like the mung beans look totally different now. Sign that they're tender. Everything is like lovely and delicious. I have my frozen peas. Those go in just directly frozen. And I have this yellow squash. It could be zucchini instead if that's your preference. I've always had yellow squash in mine. And so you just stir that in and simmer that for another 5 minutes, 5 or less minutes, just until it's tender. And then we'll serve it right up. Oh my goodness, look how good this looks. The peas are bright green. The squash is bright yellow. Good sign, and it's looking delicious. I'm gonna turn it off. Now I'm going to season it with some salt, pepper, and cider vinegar to taste, but let's see what it needs first. Well, all of it first. I'm going to season it with some salt, pepper, and just a touch of cider vinegar. And that's all just to taste, however you like it. Now I'm gonna make myself a bowl. Oh my gosh, 10-year-old Caroline is so happy right now that she grew up to make her favorite fancy weeknight soup. The 90s were a weird time. Yum. I love these big chunks. And I love that the squash goes in there at the end to keep it nice and fresh and chunky, because if you added them from the beginning, they would be completely disintegrated. Here it goes. Ooh, still very hot. So cozy. Chunky garden vegetable soup is from my Soup Club cookbook on page 39. I hope you'll pick up a copy. If you do, find my email on my website, Caroline Wright Books, or Soup Club Cookbook, or Slurp Soup Club. Any of those, you can find contact information. Email me and I'll send you a signed book plate. I hope you'll follow me along here on YouTube. Press subscribe and like, and also on Instagram at Slurp Soup Club. See you next week.